Hello from Istanbul, Turkey. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this pathetic ski hat in the middle of October, I'm going to explain it to you in a minute. Left my hotel a minute ago. Just so you understand how weird this is for me, I'm wearing a hat with a pom-pom, okay? No self-respecting Shloime would ever, in all everness, wear a hat with a pom-pom. And I'm also, obviously, disguising the fact. I don't know if I can disguise it, but I'm not advertising the fact that I'm Jewish. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Unfortunately, we are kind of in hiding, and this is a complicated subject to discuss. I wish I didn't have to make this video, but I want you guys to understand what the situation is like for Jews around the world right now. That video you just saw was filmed only a few days ago. My wife and I, along with our children, had spent the Jewish holiday of Sukkot in Europe, and in order to fly back to the United States, we had to pass through Turkey. Because of the conflict going on right now between Israel and Hamas, we realized that we would probably need to exercise extra caution because things could become very tense very quickly in Turkey and also in many other predominantly Arab or Muslim countries. Therefore, my wife asked me to do something I really do not like doing, but she felt that it was the right thing at that time to do for our family. She asked me to cover my yarmulke, my Jewish skull cap, with a different hat, and to take my payas, my side curls, and put them under the hat so that I could disguise, or at least not advertise, the fact that I am Jewish. One of the reasons that I was reluctant to do that was the fact that over the past 5 years, I personally have worked tirelessly to try and bring out a positive relationship between Jews and Arabs, between Israelis and Palestinians, and I've also worked very hard to try and increase Jewish pride wherever I could, especially in the Arab and Muslim world. So whenever I was traveling, I'd do whatever I could, as long as it was safe, to walk around proudly as a Jew with my kippah, with my yarmulke, with my payas, with my side curls. I felt that it was very important for Jews to walk around openly in the Arab and Muslim world in order to show that we do have a presence in the Middle East, that we're kind people, that we are people who you can talk to, people who you can have a relationship with. And by walking around dressed proudly as an Orthodox Hasidic Jew in the Arab and Muslim world, I was able to bring about many beautiful interactions with local Arabs and Muslims. We built many beautiful relationships, and for many Arabs and Muslims, it was the first time they'd ever met or interacted with a Jewish person before. This is something that I've been promoting for a long time, so for me, covering up the fact that I'm Jewish was a very difficult thing. However, my wife felt very strongly that during this time, because of the conflict and because things could get tense and out of control very quickly, she wanted me to cover up. The problem was that when we landed in Istanbul, we literally had no clothing that could cover my yarmulke or my payas. I hadn't brought a spare hat with me. I wasn't anticipating this kind of thing. So I figured, let me just get into a taxi. We'll go to the hotel, and once we're at the hotel, we'll find a gift shop or a souvenir shop where I could purchase a hat and cover up. So we get into the taxi. It was a large taxi van, and we're driving through Istanbul. The sun is going down. It's getting dark. As we started getting close to our hotel, we started to hear chanting, yelling, sirens, megaphones, and we realized that that we were very close to a rally which was pro-Palestine. There were thousands of Arabs, Muslims, Palestinians who were protesting in the streets of Istanbul, and our taxi was about to drive right near the rally. The issue was that my children have turned on the lights inside the vehicle. Anytime my kids get into a vehicle, they always love pressing all the buttons and turning on all the lights. And essentially, we were about to drive through this rally, which was taking place in the dark, and our car was all lit up. So from the outside of the car, you'd be able to see right in, and we honestly were afraid for our lives. I don't know whether or not that specific rally had gotten violent or was going to get violent, but I do know that in many instances, when people are worked up, riled up, they're angry, protests can get out of control and turn violent very quickly. We immediately turned off the lights in our car, and we just sat there laying low, trying to get past this protest as quickly as possible and into the safety of our hotel. It was quite frightening, and therefore after that experience we figured that we were just going to try and stay in the hotel as much as possible, not really go out into the streets, because we were honestly afraid that things could get out of control very quickly. So that night, instead of going to the kosher restaurant, we just ate some snacks in our hotel room. The next day I realized that we'd have to go out at some point to get some food, but we couldn't do so without a disguise. Does this store have hats? No, it looks like a pharmacy. So I just walked out of that store. I was trying to change dollars into Turkish lira, and they told me that they only do crypto exchanges. And I was like, crypto? It's October 2023. Does anyone still use crypto? This is Taksim Square. Probably the most central and famous plaza square in Istanbul. On a regular day, I'd be here with my family enjoying sightseeing. Okay, got the money. Now we gotta go find a hat. I'm looking for hats everywhere. So far, no luck. Oh, this might be it. Yes. Should we try one of these? Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we got the hats. Now, the reason it's so important that I changed my hat is because it's not a cold day here, and I'm wearing this pathetic hat with a pom-pom. So, I'm gonna switch it as soon as I get back to the hotel. I don't want anyone to see me take off this pom-pom hat because what's under it is my payas and my yarmulke, my Jewish skull cap. So I have to wait till I get to the hotel to change into my new hat. So in the long run, we spent almost 2 full days in the city of Istanbul. Our plan originally was to go around, tour the place. I wanted to show my family the city that I love so much. I've been there many times before, and they had never been before, so I was hoping to be able to show them around. Unfortunately, that was not possible. And my baby has resorted to playing with my Crocs and ketchup packets, because that's what bored kids do in a hotel. We basically ended up hiding out in our hotel the entire time, aside from the time that I went out to buy hats and for the time that we went out to get food at the rabbi's house. So just got back from Rabbi Mendy Chitter's house, the Chabad rabbi in Istanbul. He's an incredibly kind man. We went there and his wife welcomed us in, fed us lunch. We ended up staying there for almost 3 hours talking to them. Just really nice, special people. She's a great cook. And they also packed up food for us to go. Check this out. We have a ton of bagels and barekas and all sorts of things for tonight's dinner and for tomorrow's breakfast, and a ton of candy for the kids. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Rabbi and Rebbetzin. You guys are awesome. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want people to know about the challenges that are faced by Jewish people and Jewish communities all over the world whenever there's any kind of security incident in Israel. Unfortunately, the world has no shortage of people who hate the Jewish people and anti-Semites and terrorists who are always looking to cause problems for our people. And whenever a conflict between the Israelis and the Palestinians heats up, it always becomes very worrisome for Jewish communities all over the world. Unfortunately, there's already a long list of anti-Semitic incidents which have occurred since the massacre which Hamas committed in Israel on October 7th, on Simchas Torah, the Jewish holiday. And that list includes the stabbing of a Jewish synagogue president in the United States. Last week in Tunisia, a Jewish synagogue was hacked to pieces with axes and then it was set on fire. Jewish synagogues, Jewish schools, and even kosher restaurants are adding extra security because of the threats that we are facing on a day-to-day basis. I'm really not proud that I had to disguise myself in Turkey. It's something I really don't like doing. Quite the contrary. I've been working so hard over the past few years to promote Jewish pride and Jewish visibility in the Arab and Muslim world. However, at the same time, I understand that during this difficult time for the Jewish people, we need to make sure that we're being vigilant and taking all the necessary steps to protect our communities and our families. I really hope that the message that people will take from this video is not to cover up and hide their Judaism, as I had no choice but to do in Turkey. Rather, I think we should increase our Jewish visibility, increase our Jewish pride, while taking the necessary steps to protecting our families and community. Additionally, if you are non-Jewish but have Jewish friends or neighbors, please reach out to them, let them know that they can be safe in your communities and that you're looking out for them and that you have their back. It's Wednesday morning, flying to the United States later today, and honestly, I don't feel like hiding anymore. Rabbi Chitrik, the Chabad rabbi, is here in front of the hotel. He came to drop off some food for me to take to the airport to give to stranded Jewish passengers. So we're past security at Istanbul airport, and now our job is to look for Jewish people and offer them food if they need it. Okay, we just ran into a bit of a problem. I was denied boarding for my flight, and my wife and kids are on the plane.